Now that we have created and opened our new project assembly and added all the necessary components, we can start populating the assembly with those components. A logical starting point could be to first insert mechanical components such as your electrical enclosure, your ducts and rails, and then move on to inserting the electrical components such as your fuses, circuit breakers, and terminals. Let's start by inserting our enclosure. First, we can look into our electrical manager to see if our enclosure is listed in our existing components. Remember, this list includes all existing components that may have been added to our project from our electrical designer. If our enclosure already exists within our component list, as it does here, we can simply right-click and insert. Note that the Insert option will automatically pull the 3D model from the component classification defaults. It first checks the component classification defaults, and see we can navigate to this and change through Tools, SOLIDWORKS Electrical, Libraries, and Component Classification. And here we can see and change what our defaults may be. Next, it will check the manufacturer part properties, which again we can navigate to and change by right-clicking on the component and selecting Properties and taking a look at the 3D part field. Notice that the manufacturer part gets priority over the component classification defaults. Finally, another option we may have is to insert from file, which allows us to browse specifically for whichever 3D model we may like to insert. In this case, let's assume the defaults are not perfectly set up, so we can simply use Insert from File and browse to our Hammond enclosure in this case. Simply click to place in our 3D assembly, and now we can see our component in the electrical manager has been checked off, notifying us that this part has been inserted into our electrical assembly.